Hi Fred, so I'm going to take you through this cutting up loops in a groovy fashion. First thing to put up, I'm going to go and find a loop on my hard drive, trying to avoid on these demos anything that's not been created in the first place by us. So we could start from a drum beat, but I particularly want to start from something that we don't know the tempo of and hasn't got a nice clean beginning, so that to properly demonstrate this cutting up. So I'm going to go to disk. Notice up in the top left hand corner, disk button on our machine screen. Important to not just try and use machine just from the control surface, but use the control surface for the things that are best at that, and the screen of the computer for things that are best at that. So I would navigate here. I've hit the disk button. If you hit the disk button again, you go back to your browser, your internal browser. Disk library, we're back on our drive. And in my machine folder, there's a machine root food. Now that folder I'm going to add to favorite, not import to library, because I'm quite happy with where it is. Now you'll see up here, machine root food. At the moment there's just one little loop in there from the Hazardous Funk album. Okay, so I particularly picked something that doesn't start on a beat or finish on a beat to best demonstrate this. Gonna pop this into sound 1 on group A. Shot. Don't want that to be on one shot. Want it to be on ADSR so that it plays as long as I hold the note down. That's what I want for the moment. So I've got the sample there. Okay, so I changed that in sampler to ADSR. It's slightly confusing when you find the same word used for different things, which you'll find occasionally. Words like edit. Let's get straight on to cutting this loop up so we can play it channel across the keys. This is not about making a MIDI perfect version of this that plays at different tempos. This is about making us some nice triggers to play on the keys. So we're going to hit sample and we're going to go straight into slice. Now notice I've particularly picked one here where it's not easy to see the transients. This is to get at the core of where we need to manually edit. So I'm going to hit slice and I'm going to turn the split mode into detect. I'm going to increase the sensitivity until it grabs that first one. You see that? That first major one there. That's the one I was trying to grab. Okay, we're going to come over to our screen a bit more now. So now we can... So this one here, for instance. Down, down, down. So this is a good example of something that we're going to have to really cut manually. Now here's an example of where you can easily get confused. Notice on the screen there are two words edit. Right? We're interested in the stuff that applies to the sample we are editing. So it's the edit on the right hand window. Hit that edit. You now see a whole new bunch of features here. You have the start and end of the slice here, and you have edit, reset, and add and remove splices. So on this one that we're on at the moment, which is highlighted here, we can hear 3. Down, down, bow. I can hear down, down, bow. So we're going to add to that. And on the first one we can still hear 2. So I'm going to add again on that first slit. Now on this one, for instance, just for argument's sake, ba-dum. So I'm going to add a split here. Add. Oh good, here's one that's not quite right. So on this area here, we're going to zoom in a bit. Zoom there. So I'm going to zoom in. Now I'm going to move the end point here. Now notice that when we move the end point, we're actually moving the start point of the next one. So I'm going to move it until I don't hear that pitch change. Right about there. That's 3. Add. Move the end forward. Notice that as we're moving the end forward, we're moving the start of the next sample earlier. Down. And we're not trying to get this into every single beat. We're just trying to get something that's fun to play. I'm going to add one to that because I'm trying to get a 16. Move that in a bit for them. I personally, when I'm doing this, like to look at the bigger screen as well rather than the little screen. whilst using the knobs on the control surface. That's a little thing I probably won't end up playing, but I've now got 16. Cool. Now, we're going to come out of edit. A lot of the modes on here, you'll find to get back out of a mode, you hit the same key as you hit to get in the mode. So if I hit edit again, I'm back out of edit. So that's a lot of fun. So now, instead of just hitting apply, I'm going to hit apply to, which will give me the option to take all these splices and put them onto a new group. I know they're not perfect, but we're just demonstrating something here. So I'm going to go apply to. So now it's all ready to go, and I'm going to go to the next available group. That's up to you, but I've got B free here, so I'm going to hit B. Please wait. Now in B we have... So, and we also have a MIDI file over here that I'm not interested in because I'm not trying to get this loop to play right. We haven't bothered about tempo or anything. This is about just getting some hits to work for us at this stage. We'll get onto tempos and trimming later on. Okay, so now on B we have the whole of this, and let's mute group A so that doesn't play. So group B will play. But as I say, we're not interested in it playing. We're interested in being able to hit the sounds. I think that's that lesson done. We'll get on to ADSRs on another lesson.